Age 1. I start this game out as simply as I always did. Sent the explorer out to unlock the map, herded all the animals towards the mine, and then I put up a torp. While producing more villagers, I sent another villager out to look for a mine. Couldn't find one, so I just herded again. But with some persistence, I found another one, herded the animals, killed the animals, and you know what I did next? Put a torp up. Now that I have some automatic gathering under my belt, I get taunted by Queen Elizabeth and enter the second age. So this is age 2. I get my 700 wood shipment. I also get my 2 cows and 2 settler shipment. I build a barracks immediately. And that's a noise you're going to hear fairly often from here on out. My first raid. I immediately get destroyed, but they retreated. Unfortunately, I produced Caroleans as soon as they retreated. They came back, killed them all, and left. This continues to happen. Again and again. A normal person would get discouraged at a time like this. I'm a normal person. I'm discouraged. Luckily for me, I'm now about to enter age 3. It's all going pretty quickly, isn't it? Hey, I have a small little militia now. But so does Isabella. And she moves that militia directly in my front yard. It's not looking too good for me. However, I do hold her off. You're not going to hear that cheering for much more. I decide to launch a counterattack immediately. But so does she, and she intercepts me on my way up. And absolutely destroys me immediately. Now she launches a counterattack in response to my counterattack, completely debilitating the remainder of my military. My ally has to come in and save me. With 2 squads. They do retreat upon seeing the force. Skirmishers and Caroleans spawn simultaneously and mop up the remnants, but the damage is already done. They launch a counter assault again, immediately. It doesn't work as well as they want to, and they leave. My mines are out, so I have to use my mine shipment to replenish them, and I built a stable. And she launches a counterattack again. But this time she takes a different route. I wasn't prepared for this at all. And it was deadly effective. And Elizabeth joins the battle now. So I'm getting double attacked. At this point they ignore all of my troops, so I needed my ally. They were just straight attacking my buildings. As soon as my ally walks in, Isabel leaps. And we survive, again, by the skin of our teeth. You thought that that was going to last, this peace. You thought this peace was going to last. Here she is again. This is all within 5 minutes, by the way. Marching her army straight towards mine. Dramatically outnumbers me. Outlevels me. But nevertheless, I'm entering age 4. Age 4, believe it or not, is the calm before the storm. You'll see why. I immediately, upon aging, put a fort as my forward operating base, so I can spawn soldiers from far up without having to walk them. I built a wall so there could be no more flanking maneuvers to catch me off guard, and now I finish it. I now have a primary military and a secondary military being left at my home base in case of any attacks while I'm gone. For no reason whatsoever, Queen Elizabeth revolts. Because my friend Brandon is doing a number on her. However, she outscores him and outranks him in every single way. I don't know why she revolted, but she did. Upon seeing that, Isabella was mad and decided to attack his fort. So I came in and tried to mop up the remnants. Isabella left me open for a pun, so I took it. And after a long, hard battle, I moved my secondary army to conjoin with my primary army to basically make one force again. So I immediately lost all of my numbers. And she decided to counterattack immediately, but this time I have a fort. You're seeing the trend here. Isabella's military prowess in this game was unmatched. She could make any unit pretty much immediately, and she flaunted that. Whatever you destroyed immediately respawned, instantaneously. Now normally, this is where I would say age 5. But this isn't just a gameplay video. This is a lesson. A lesson in perseverance. You see, I wanted to give up. I've been getting non-stop attacked the entire time, and when I attacked, I just got counterattacked immediately. Look at the force that she brought upon me. I just put that fort up not 5 minutes ago. It's immediately revoked, gone. My ally tries to come in to thwart her, but it's not as effective as you'd hope, and it doesn't matter how effective it is because Isabella can just instantly spawn military, which she did. They move in on my town. I haven't yet rebuilt my military. Such a large number of militants ransacking my city. I'm all but powerless. They killed about 5-6 villagers right there, decimating my military. Nothing that I put up even lasted 5 seconds. They ignored my military and just cut right through my buildings. So my ally, for the umpteenth time this game, had to come in and save me. I had just been being abused the entire time, and look at that. Before I could even recover, instantaneously. Not even attacking my military, half of them are attacking my wall. Still attacking my wall. I can't even get forces up there to stop her because they keep getting decimated immediately. I'm talking by the skin of my teeth I hold together. Barely. I reconstruct the wall. I double the wall and fortify it further. Right when she attacks again. This is not even 5 minutes later, with the military even larger than previous. I have Jerome's squad out. A fairly large military, but it's almost no match for whatever she has. At this point, it's age 5. My military is fully advanced. Every upgrade for it could be made. My arsenal upgrades are fully complete. All my age upgrades are done. This is just raw power versus raw power, and she won every single time. My friend tried to come in to help, but immediately got wiped away. And now, as you can see, barracks gone. Well, artillery foundry gone. Stable gone. And this is where the lesson in perseverance starts. City center gone. A large handful of villagers gone. And they don't leave. Mills gone. Plantations gone. Corpse gone. My friend shows his face, and they allowed me to live. And ladies and gentlemen, that was their most fatal and crucial mistake. They fled. they let me live. And I never let them forget that mistake. I immediately rebuilt my town center. I immediately built all the military buildings that were taken away from me. A stable, a barracks. I started producing mass quantities because I knew that they wouldn't let up. I built the town center that was taken from me. They tried to attack with a very small force. Don't know why they decided to change their mind, but I held them off. I even had the gall to ignore her. She's trickling in some people. I really don't know why now she decided to go easy on me. But she did, and these are all leverages that I used against her. There's the big attack you were looking for. But I also had an army mobilizing. Let's see what happens now. She all but instantaneously ran away from me. Why is she running away from me? She was so adamant about attacking me the entire time. A little bit mind-blowing. But right about now, my ally said, you know what, she's on the move, we might as well go in. And I followed him in. Now, I'm not saying it worked out. In fact, I'm not saying we even made a dent. But I am saying we attacked her for the first time. It's important to note that Elizabeth has been removed from the game. She's gone now. It's 2-on-1. She can't be that tough. Brandon, my ally, is on the lower half of the map. He can get the right flank and I can get the left. So now it's just a continuous assault. They don't all have to be successful. It just needs to be constant heat being poured on her at all times. I barely let her catch her breath as I rebuild my military. She tries to launch a counterattack, but there's a fort and a standby military ready to cut her off, which is very successful in this case. Right as that dissipates, he says he's going in for another wave. He meets her there, distracts her military, and manages to demolish a building. So I sneak in from the left. I met with somehow an equal force, as I always am. It takes a little bit longer to destroy me this time, I notice. It was around this time my ally showed up again, just to help me buffer my numbers. We realized that attacking the military was going to get us nowhere. We needed to attack their production buildings. Because as long as we kept pouring the heat on and attacking the buildings, eventually she wouldn't be able to produce the military, because as of right now, she was producing it just as fast as we were removing it. We were getting nowhere. It was time to switch things up a little bit. At times you might see both of us just ignoring their military. We were just sending our military in, fully knowing they were going to get demolished just so we can bombard their buildings. Another double-edged attack. Him on the right, me on the left. Pouring it on. They all go for him right off the bat. He has mortars. Gatling guns. They can't focus on both of us at once. And you'll see that that was a huge fatal flaw, because his mortars just started peppering those buildings, taking them out one by one. There's another one. There's another one. Half of our military buildings are gone at this point. I even got some inner city attacks in before my squad was completely wiped out. She tries for a counter push. I think she forgot about the fort and the standby military. But at this time, I had infantry, fencing school, riding school. The fastest military production the Swedes could make. Shipments. My military was pouring in just as fast as hers now. He's going in for an attack. The second I fight her off, I'm going in as well. Here I go. I'm mobilizing already. This is just 20 minutes after she completely wiped out my city. She just pulled all of her troops to the middle of her city and left these two buildings completely unguarded. So I took her soul, leveled them in front of her eyes. I completely ignored her military. Again tries for a counter-assault after my military was wiped out, but again, it's not working this time. It doesn't work. I was stuck in my old ways before, and it didn't work for me. This is the lesson. Persevere. Look at this. Retreating. I never thought I'd see this. So I moved in. I pushed her back. As did my ally. He's moving up the right, I'm moving up the left. Standard procedure. This time he goes with 2 squadrons. I don't know if he's caught that at all. So I pull all of her forces over here. He has a mortar unit, exclusive mortar unit. He moves his main soldiers in and uses the mortars in the background to just completely wipe out her buildings. Despite how large that force was she sent at me, it still didn't make a dent in my military at all. I lost 3 soldiers. There it goes. One of his military units cuts to the top and just ignores the battle and flanks all the way to the back of the battlefield and just starts taking out buildings.
Look at those lost lads.
She's still talking trash to this day. She does just about double my score, but I don't think she's in the position. So now his second mortar crew arrives. And at this point on, it's just a complete devastation. Complete shadow of a battle that it used to be 10 minutes ago. Go back 10 minutes and see where I was. It's non-stop. We're pouring it on just like she did. I was willing to quit. In fact, I asked my ally if we could. He said, no, I want to keep pushing forward. I would have never saw this outcome. City center gone. Civilians absolutely massacred. We just go building to building to building. There's a home right there. How about this factory? That's gone. How about the other one? Gone. While my military finishes off the rest of his buildings, we find the source of why she didn't resign. A docks. But we have a prescription for that. Look at this. Walks up. At this point, our land military actually defeated 2 of the ships. The rest of the game is on autopilot. I don't have to do anything. He built the docks himself. And here's the last of the resource gatherers right here. 10 minutes ago, I was going to quit this game. 10 minutes. It did a complete 180. Ever since they allowed me to live, they've been hearing about it. And that's the point I'm trying to make here. Perseverance is key. Watch this sweet victory. Ready? Thank you.